hopefully. Sorry about that. How come I'm forgetting you? No? Right. We got Janifer Villa. Jenny, please, Janifer, come forward. Janifer is an amazing person. She's been waiting quietly and I was about to forget her, but she made sure I don't. And this is what we women are very good at, making sure we don't forget each other. Please welcome Janifer.
Thank you. And you know, it really is important that we don't forget each other. And although this is not what I intended to talk about, I want to piggyback on that comment to say, I firmly believe that one element of the continuation of gender inequality, we're somewhat guilty of it ourselves as women because we don't always support each other as much as we could. We do talk mess about each other behind each other's backs. We're not always supportive in the workplace. And so it's not only our problem, it's not only our solution. So today I want to talk to you about what we can do to find a better solution, and in my opinion, it's adding joy. I loved when Bev said we have to find the humanity, we have to go back to being humans, and a great commonality is exploring and determining what brings us joy, both in our personal lives and in the workplace. So I spend a lot of time with organizational leaders discussing how we can amplify diversity and inclusion initiatives through the addition of joy. So in the US, I'm not sure about other countries at this point, but in the US, many companies are creating and implementing employee resource groups. And these are groups that are similar to an internal networking, if you will. And they provide programming, leadership training, an opportunity for those unheard voices to be a bit louder. Because I think it's somewhat easy to be diverse, check that box. But the real challenge is with inclusiveness. And that is part of the problem when we talk about inequalities for all groups outside of certain ones. I'm married to one of those groups, I know. And so I think it's really important that we focus on how do we bring joy into our workplaces? How do we break down those barriers of fear and control? Because part of our issue too is that fear is a deep, deep driver. And again, I can only speak to the country of which I'm from, and I've noticed in the last few years, because people are fearful of losing what they have, this happens in the workplace too, they're fearful. They don't want to lose what they have without understanding that by being inclusive, you're not losing something, you're truly gaining something. You're gaining another person's perspective. You're gaining another person's friendship. You're connecting on a human level. And that is how we will ultimately close not only the gender gap, but all these other gaps that create inequality in our systems and societies. So I'm just going to encourage you to pursue your joy. Joy is that deep feeling of when you are lit up. When you find something that just makes you want to get out of bed every day, that is your joy. We need more of that in our work, in our home, in our life. We spend way too much time on negativity. Negativity breeds fear. Fear breeds control. It's a never-ending cycle. So my personal solution is more joy. So I wish you all the joy that you can find, and I personally have had a lot of it by being at this conference. So thank you very much.